Seattle Seahawks. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's Carson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Carson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 36, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, it's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Wilson. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns tracks him down way in the backfield for a loss of 16. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 11 now, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll find Everett there, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Touchdown, Carolina! I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. And incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 18.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Faking the give, Darnold. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Darnold. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
This is caught. Touchdown. Gerald Everett as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for Seattle. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Carson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To throw is Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. So Wilson heads to the sideline, and on comes Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
47 the mic. 47.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On second down, McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. To throw is Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes The quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
47 is the mic. 47.
Now Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you...
There he goes, left side. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. John Hightower, 81 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 7.
Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48 and a return of 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense tried to get a little slick there and sneak the back out of the backfield and turn him into the primary deep receiver. But it was good coverage defensively, and they were able to break it up.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Play action. It's Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Darrell Taylor in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Darnold from the gun. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Darnold. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
A great job there. And that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 44, Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Still shedding tackles. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Darnold to throw. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for Carolina. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And they will take a knee here. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that